month. I'm going to be talking today about marketing action plan. So, creating a marketing action plan or business development plan, if you prefer that terminology, for your consulting business. So today it's going to be short but very practical. So what I'm going to do is first off switch over to a spreadsheet. So okay, so we have in previous live streams we've covered a whole bunch of different topics about lead generation methodologies and why consulting is more difficult to sell. So today, what I want to do is turn some of the turn some of the knowledge that we've already covered into a practical action plan. So first thing is I want to just recap. My take, and this is based on doing a lot of research in the area. My take on the world of consulting is that there's three main kind of sources of lead generation, three kind of high level buckets or three approaches that you can take. And the first is what most people are naturally doing. It's probably where 90% of your business is coming from, is from referrals and networking. The second is outreach. So that is making outbound phone calls or some other kind of direct outreach, which could be LinkedIn messages, it could be email. So some sort of reaching out. And that's the second option. And then the third is this method of inbound, which is where you do something that causes people to come to you. And so this one I'm particularly interested in. Um, I think that so I just don't like doing outreach and prospecting like that. It's just not for me. I think that relying on referrals is dangerous because you can tap out your network, and it's also hard to do things like raise your prices and the kind of the stream of referrals that you will get unless you develop a huge network. Um, you won't get as many referrals as you need to consistently raise your prices and to kind of have a situation where you're not going on this feast and famine roller coaster. So what I want to talk about is creating an action plan based on this. So the first thing that I would suggest that you do is look at these three buckets. So let's just say referrals, just a little bit bigger. So say referrals, outbound, and inbound. And so I would say, do you want to do it, or do you want to grow it? And answer that question for each of those. And if you do, so for example, for me, it probably looks something like this. Actually, probably looks something more like this. Um, so for me, the thing is to figure out, okay, so which kind of methodology do you want to use? And once you've decided that, and for most people, you're probably going to be doing some level of referrals. And what I'm suggesting is that you also consider inbound. So the next thing to do is figure out, okay, so if you want to get more referrals, so you need to do a couple of things. You need to grow your network, and so that's one part of that. And then the other thing that you need to do is you need to get better at asking. And so in this sense, um, just basically getting better at referrals. You've got to get better at it, at kind of how to ask for referrals, and just basically maximize the benefit of your existing network that you have grown. So, do you want to grow referrals? And if you do, then start to grow your network and get better at asking for referrals, and do more networking. I guess that falls kind of under grow your network. Um, Unfortunately, right now we can't go to events, but you can do that. Um, Next thing is inbound. If you do want to do inbound, so for me, it's a no, but sorry, outbound. If you do want to grow, then you need to learn how to do it properly. Um, Now, I would suggest that you talk to people, you follow people like Jason Bay. Recently spoke at Liston Witherell's ClientCon. Jason Bay from Blissful Prospecting, and so he talks about cold email and prospecting. So, so I so I would say learn from people like that. Uh, okay. And then inbound. So with inbound, I think it's particularly important that you have a strong positioning statement, strong, clear positioning. And it's really not as important for referral and outbound based marketing because those people are not encountering you in the same way. The referral is coming with a warm introduction usually, and the outbound person you're actually controlling the messaging there. So you're controlling the introduction. With inbound, they're stumbling across you somehow, and so that strong, clear positioning statement needs to be in place, and that's got to resonate and kind of identify with them. So that's why the positioning is so important for inbound. So okay, so that's kind of the looking at the three boxes. Um, Once you've got, you've decided which of these you do want to do and you don't want to do. And by the way, you don't have to do inbound if you don't want to do inbound. um, you can successfully grow a business based just purely on referrals, no problem. um, and you just need to grow your network and get better at asking for referrals. um, if you do want to do inbound, then you need that strong positioning statement, and you also need to change. So what I'd say is review your website. And if you're doing inbound, so I'd say review your website. And I spoke in a previous live stream about active versus passive websites, and your passive website will work just fine. Your kind of trust building brand website will work just fine for referrals and for outbound, but it's not enough for inbound. You need to have more active elements. So, is it actively generating leads? So that's the question. So for inbound, is your website actively generating leads? And if not, you need to start putting into place the elements that will help it to do that. So, for example, um, content, content creation, and some sort of email opt-in. And those are kind of the necessary elements that need to be added to your website in order to start generating those inbound leads. So, kind of to recap, um, when you're looking at what your action plan is going to be at a very high level, what type of lead generation do you want to do? And if it's referral based, then just get better at doing referrals. So grow your network, learn how to ask everybody for referrals. Ask your existing clients, ask your kind of your back history of clients, and just get better at actually like the wording that you use and how you ask for them. If you want to do outbound, learn from those people who do it really well. Learn from the likes of Jason Bay, Jake Jorgensen, people like that. There's some people out there who do outbound really well. And then if you want to do inbound, then start to work on your positioning. And I talk about this over at Marketing for Consultants. Um, if you sign up on the homepage, sign up on the homepage for this email. There's a 7-day course on things like positioning and inbound marketing. And so you really need to have that strong positioning statement. It's probably the most important thing, I think, in your entire business if you're doing inbound. And then also review your website. Look at the video that I did, the live stream that I did about the two types of websites. So there's an active lead generation type website, and then there's a passive trust building, brand building type website. So have a look at that as well. And then start to plan out your content and your email opt-in. What are you going to use to encourage people to sign up for your email list? And then what kind of content do you want to create that's going to establish your position as an authority in this market, which is going to generate those inbound leads? So that's what I suggest that you do. I will eventually turn this into kind of like a step-by-step framework. If you're interested in getting that, and if you're interested in anything else about this, go to marketingforconsultants.com and sign up for the email list, and you'll see it here. So thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow at 3 p.m.